Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Beth Demon on behalf of the San Diego Brewers Guild. And I do have a special guest with me.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we did.
My husband is working today, and he should be home any second. But we are going to have my son Arthur help me out for just a few minutes. Can you say hi?
Yes, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, buddy.
The San Diego Brewers Guild is very inclusive of families, so I certainly appreciate that. But yep, I promise.
Yes, they're closed right now.
A lot of places are closed right now, and we're going to talk about that today during our weekly Instagram Live on behalf of the San Diego Brewers Guild.
Yes.
We're going to check in with a couple different breweries. Do you know what breweries we're going to check in with?
Yes, we are. We're going to get some bucks for a minute at the grocery store right now.
That's pretty close.
Some food.
That's pretty close. We're not going to talk about...
Here comes Daddy!
Thanks, everybody, for bearing with me. My husband just arrived. So, anyway, we have some special... We have some special guests with us today. We've got 32 North Pizza Port, and we've got Original 40 and 3 Punk Ale House from or 3 Punks Ale House. Anyway, from Chula Vista. So I'm gonna go inside and crack my beer. I know, Mommy's gonna go finish her live stream. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right, I'm going to find a nice, quiet spot to crack my Mikkeller or Mikkeller, depending on how fancy you want to be, beer open. It's Raspberry Blush. It's a Berliner Weiss with coffee and raspberries, which is an interesting combination, and I actually haven't had this one before. I'm getting all my good angles right now. So we will check it out. And I do want to plug, I am wearing the new San Diego Brewers Guild merch. I love the blue. I kind of wish I'd gotten 2. They also have a vintage linen color that is extremely cool. So if you go to sdbeer.com, there's a bunch of merch. It's obviously the San Diego Brewers Guild website, and it is going to help members of the guild community, the local beer community. So if you, every purchase helps support the local beer community, so I encourage everybody to go to sdbeer.com and check that out. It's also a great place for resources for whether you're a brewery owner, a brewery employee who's been laid off, furloughed, what have you, to be able to get some support and connect with the community, maybe find some resources for small business loans or anything like that. So I encourage everybody, San Diego Brewers Guild, sdbeer.com, check that out. I'm just going to make sure that I've got everything going. Oh my gosh, I'm winded just from running up the stairs. This is pathetic. If this is your first time tuning in with us, we do this weekly to check in with a number of breweries to see how they're dealing with the pandemic, what we as a community can do to support them, who's open for delivery to go, anything like that. Here we go. We're going to try this beer real quick. Raspberry Blush from Mikkeller. Berliner Weiss brewed with raspberries and coffee. Cheers, everybody. I hope everybody's got their own beers while they're watching. That is shockingly refreshing. Not much coffee and not like super crazy tart on the raspberries, which is, you need a deft hand with that, but pretty tasty. So, like I mentioned, if you're just joining us, we've got 32 North. We've got one of my favorite people in the whole world, Jill from Pizza Port, is going to be joining us. We've got the folks down at 3 Punks in Chula Vista going to be joining us, and then we're going to wrap things up with Original 40 in North Park. So, couple things before we add our first guest on there. If you are looking for the most up-to-date list of breweries that are open, that have shifted to go only, who are doing delivery, anything like that, like just the most updated list of breweries and their current pandemic status, go to 3bzine.com if you aren't going to sdbeer.com, which is the Brewers Guild website. They are keeping a really good track. They're keeping really good track of status of everybody, and they're a local beer podcast, so I recommend everybody tuning into their updates because they're a great crew of folks over there. I'm glad to see everybody's chiming in with what they're drinking. I'm glad that nobody's waiting for 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Who cares? The pandemic rules. Woo! Another thing to keep an eye out for is the worldwide collab, the All Together brewing project, it's a collaboration project, and it's to help raise money for the craft beer scene nationwide. So locally, Harland, Resident, North Park Beer Company, a bunch of places in San Diego are participating in that fundraising collaborative beer effort. So I really encourage everybody to keep an eye out for that and pick it up when they start rolling out, because that's another great way to be able to support the San Diego beer community. The Craft Brewers Conference, I mentioned this last week, obviously was canceled, but a lot of the stuff is still online for virtual panels and discussions and things like that, and it's all free. So if you didn't pony up for a ticket to San Antonio, or you did and now you just have a flight credit for who knows when, tune in. You'll be able to learn a lot of stuff. It's like an insanely great resource, and it's totally free. You can check it out on your own time. I recommend checking that out. Let's see. A couple other things. One of the things that the San Diego Brewers Guild has recently added to the website, sdbeer.com, is a list of mental health resources. So if you are struggling with, isolation or difficulties during this quarantine time, I really recommend checking that out. Again, it's free. It's a great resource. It's something that the San Diego Brewers Guild has provided to the community, and it's just another way that the community is kind of giving back. So anyway, I recommend sdbeer.com. If you think of anything that is especially helpful for the community that I haven't mentioned or isn't listed on sdbeer.com as a resource for people to take advantage of during the pandemic, email info@sdbeer.com and they'll be sure to add it to the website, and that'll be a nice place for everything to be centralized, and a great place to be able to check it, and one-stop shop for all of the answers and what you need. So, cheers, everybody. Again, I hope everybody's got a nice cold beer on this hot day. I'm a little bit flushed myself. I don't know if you can tell. I have been playing outside and drawing on my driveway with chalk all day. So, I'm a little bit toasty, and this beer is most welcome. All right. So, I think we are going to get started. Let me see who's up first. We've got Steve with 32 North Brewing Company. Let me see if he is on, and I can add him to my screen. It looks like he is. Let's get you on here 2 minutes early. We're rocking, we're rolling. Just waiting on you, drinking a Berliner Weiss. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm, sweating more than usual, but I'm kind of loving this heat wave.
It's a lot better for beer than it was when it was really cold, right?
Yeah, people are whining that it's going to hit 80, and I'm like, I'm ready to sizzle. I am sick of these clouds, this doom and gloom. I'm trying to get out there and get a little vitamin D. I am ready.
No kidding. Seriously, it sucks to be inside when it's warm, though. You almost wish it was shitty weather when we were all tucked inside.
Yeah, but I guess we're allowed to go on our streets and stuff now, so I'm personally ready. But let's do a quick rewind. Can you introduce yourself and give us a little view of the facility where you're at?
Awesome. Yeah, so my name's Steve. I'm the owner at 32 North Brewing Company. I'm actually also drinking a Berliner Weiss.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. You're actually tied to a pallet of cans at the moment, so you get to
That's excellent.
Come around here a little bit. We're at the brewery. We're still doing a little bit of operations with mainly cans and to-go crowlers and things like that. And so our brewing staff is still putting out like some of our 16-ounce cans for bottle shops and some grocery. But yeah, and at the brew house and like next to that, and kind of got everything out. Some barrels, everything.
Nice.
Canning line right back here. I don't know what I'm showing you actually. My brewer's gonna be mad about this, I'm sure.
No, that's okay. It looks great. I love the virtual tour.
Yeah. Can I turn you around here? I'm a noob. My wife's going to make fun of me so much when she's watching this.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Nailing it.
Yeah, some taproom action.
Very
Quiet.
hot.
I know.
Oh, man, you guys are set with those cans. No aluminum shortage over there.
There's not an aluminum shortage here. Yeah, we got about 12 feet worth of cans sitting in front of me. So,
man, that's like more valuable than toilet paper right now.
No doubt. But
nice.
Yeah, no, it's been tough, as it is for everybody. I know I watched the last couple weeks that you guys have been doing this, and it seems like it's cool that everybody has been coming up with creative ways to stay on top of their business. And like I said, I mean, we've been still being able to operate with the off-premise side, a little bit of the on-premise with beer to go and beer deliveries, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, a lot of just planning and getting ready for when this all opens up.
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
our team's been spending time, like I said, planning for that, making sure that our kegged beer and all of our canned stuff and is ready to go when this all opens up, and we're excited for that because I think we're all getting kind of tired of being stuck inside for the most part.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I'm not so sick of being inside that I'm ready to go like march down the streets of downtown without a mask on. But
Fair enough.
but no comment. We won't get political today. We'll just
Yeah.
drink our food and devices and be cheery.
Yes. Cheering for that.
Cheers. Yeah. So, are you guys brewing right now? What have you got in the tanks going on?
You know what? We're usually brewing 3 to 4 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
batches a week. Now we're down to about 1 a week, maybe a little bit less than that.
Yeah.
So, luckily there was a few cans that we had planned for the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite yet, but we were able to accelerate them and really get brewing on new products to come out. Actually, like beginning of May is kind of the plan, beginning to middle of May.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really that was a cool luck of the draw for us because if we were just being able to sit on just 1 or 2 cans, that would have been a tough sled this
Yeah.
month. But yeah, so we're like I said, maybe once a week we're brewing.
Okay.
Not too crazy.
What you got going on right now?
I'm actually alone in the brewery right now, and so our
Well, I mean, brew wise, what can we expect like in the future?
Oh.
What have you got?
we have a new core IPA coming out called 75 and Sunny.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I wish I could. I know it's gonna be perfect timing. I wish I could show you
Yeah.
guys the can. It's not here yet. It'll be coming out in about 3 weeks. It's it's a Mosaic and Zythos. Oh, thank God, the compressor just turned off. So much more quiet.
got it.
Mosaic and Zythos, about 6.4%. Got a nice bitterness, a lot of fruit. It's cool to have like core. We haven't had a core West Coast non-hazy IPA in a couple of years now. And so to have that around is going to be really fun. Blackberry Landfall just came out this like 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the newest batch of it with a purple pack text. A portion of the sales are all going to the Pink Boots Society here in San Diego. It was
Yeah.
it was a collaboration brew with them. It was the day after National Women's Day that we brewed it.
Yeah.
And it was a super fun day. It's a bummer to like have that be such like a soft open for the beer when we're not able to do events or hang out with people for it, but
Yeah.
it's cool to know that it's out there and we are contributing a portion of that back to the society. So
Yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, I'm a member of Pink Boots, so like I certainly appreciate any support from the community, dude or not. So thank you so much. Well, so people can come get stuff to go. Did you say that you're doing delivery too? Or
yeah, we're doing beer deliveries,
Okay.
and also to go is a little bit because we don't have a huge brewing staff on and we don't have the tap room here throughout the week. So we're basically, when my brewer and I are here, basically from early morning till about 2:00 in the afternoon, we're doing pickups.
Yeah.
And then we're doing deliveries throughout the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it sounds like you guys are kind of operating on a low simmer right now. It's not full steam ahead, but things are rolling ahead. When all this kind of fleshes itself out and we kind of enter our new normal, or this ends, whenever that will be, we come out on the other side, what do you think that like San Diego beer is going to look like? What do you think the beer scene in general is going to look like?
That's that's the $1 million question now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just waiting on whether what government's going to do to assist small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in contact with anybody like this, but I'm sure that there's a lot of breweries and restaurants who are just sitting around going, well, May 1st is coming. That means rent's due in a few days. Open in the next month or not, and it's still so far up in the air for so many businesses. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen more places, call it quits by now.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they haven't.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be tough. I think a lot more people their new normal is staying inside now.
Yeah.
So I think it's, liquor store business is going to be a lot larger, grocery business. I think it's going to be a tough year for bars and restaurants. Because I know I mean, my wife and I didn't go out very much to bars and restaurants before this, but it was still once or twice a week at least.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, now we've gotten used to cooking at home and hanging out with the dogs at home instead of like stuffing them in a bathroom for a little bit and going out to a bar.
Right.
And so
right.
It's tough to change when it's a whole month or two. It's tough to change your habits that have developed in that time.
Yeah, and I mean, I do think that California overall has done a pretty decent job of, sticking close to home. Everybody's kind of hunkering down pretty well. Like we haven't seen a crazy spike in anything. Our governor's not like, they reopened a couple public spaces today, but we're not. Yeah, I think in general we're doing a little bit better than a lot of other places, and I think it's a testament also to just how tight-knit San Diego in general is. I will say I anticipate that beaches will be open sooner rather than later because I'm like, okay, we got the beer still. I can still get my tacos. I have a feeling the surfers are just going to like go bananas at some point and just totally revolt. So I have a feeling they'll open the beaches, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, I would love to hit the waves to by the end of this week when it hits 85 or whatever. I think I'll be a little crispy by then. I'll be ready to jump in.
I think everybody is going to be fully okay with knowing, okay, if I go to the beach or I go to a park, there might still be a police officer there expecting me to be 6 feet away from people.
Right.
And like really like being conscious of that. And I think even the first couple of weeks, people who were outside were not conscious of it.
Right.
And I think that I think that was kind of a hindrance for city officials and everything being able to open things like that.
Yeah.
Because they just looked at it and went, "Wow, people aren't able to follow these rules like right off the bat." And I don't think a lot of people didn't grasp how serious it was right off the bat.
Totally, I agree with that. I'm a little bit surprised that more breweries haven't added like face mask merch, like branded masks, but there's still time, right? Like we can totally do that.
I think that's probably a capital investment that most breweries don't want to put out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, if they've got a bunch of extra T-shirts in weird sizes, then that's a great way to reduce.
That's actually a good idea.
Recycle.
Just cut a bunch. Yeah, you're like, oh well, I'm not selling any medium T-shirts anymore. Just cut a little logo there and add a little bit of elastic. You're good to go.
You're welcome, breweries, for this $1 million idea.
Oh,
well,
seriously.
It's like a $12 idea, probably.
Maybe like a $100 idea.
Yeah, at best. I'll waive my affiliate fee. It's fine. You guys you can have the win on that one. So
how about
no
it goes
problem.
to Pink Boots?
Yes, it'll go to Pink Boots. And you're absolutely right, Paul Segura. Three Punks did sell a lot of masks, so they are ahead of the curve on that one.
Oh, is someone saying it down there?
So just so everybody knows, if you're watching and you have a comment or a question or anything like that at any point, yeah, shoot it up there, and I'll try to get to everybody. So, all right, well we're gonna check in with the Pizza Port crew, but thank you so much, Steve, for giving us a little tour and
happy
insights.
You get to talk to someone who is significantly cooler than I am in jail from Pizza Port. One of my favorite people in the beer world.
So I don't know how cool you are, but she's really cool.
I know.
So I'm sure you're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm all right, but we all know that's not it's not Jill level. So
I like it.
Yep.
I like you, Steve. We'll connect.
It was good to meet you.
Yeah, same. Right back at you. Well, stay thirsty, stay healthy, and stay cool.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
All right, that was the 32 North crew, and so we are going to check in with Jill, who is, a superstar of San Diego beer. So let's check her out. I hope she's on Pizza Port Brewing Co. because that is who I'm adding to my screen right now. Hey,
you guys are ridiculous.
Well,
You're cool. Steve, you're really cool. Hold on, I gotta move my...
Everybody who's been on here is like pretty cool.
I mean, we're San Diego beer. We're super lucky that we just have, some of the most like interesting and cool and fun people on the planet. So that's pretty awesome. So
I agree. What are you drinking? I got my raspberry blush on.
Ooh, I know. I felt like I should get like a Berliner Weiss or something, but I'm drinking Campgrounds, which is our seasonal IPA that's out right now.
Nice.
I haven't had a beer since Saturday, so I was really excited to treat myself to something hoppy.
Why are you torturing yourself?
I just keep telling myself someday it's going to go back to like normal life. So I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, when you're stuck at home with a 3-year-old, it's just the drive to drink is just so much stronger.
Yeah. I can only imagine what that must be like.
It's fun. We're not doing a lot of learning, but we're doing a lot of coloring with chalk. So,
well, I think there's a lot of learning involved with that. And also, like, these are going to be the earliest memories, and I think that that's really special. And the earliest memories are going to be all the time spent with Mom.
It's true. He did make a little guest appearance at the beginning of this. So
I thought.
So when we put this up on YouTube, by the way, these are all up on YouTube after the fact, because I have not figured out how to download them and keep them on the Instagram page. But oh well,
I'm trying to figure out how to like Instagram from the computer, and I was like, the files are in the computer, like shaking the computer and like, like that. I should also let everyone know that I am not responsible for the Pizza Port Instagram. I actually hijacked it for this. So all of that great content comes from our senior marketing coordinator, Joe, who is a badass and really awesome. So I hope I don't break anything by being on here. So.
Oh, I'm very nervous having access to the Brewers Guild Instagram. I'm just like, don't touch anything, don't answer any messages.
Trying to like get more of my cool. You never know how your face is gonna look in these things.
Oh, you look beautiful and wonderful, and I love it.
Thank you. I was underneath the comments, and I was like, I can't see.
You're good. Well, how are things going at the Pizza Port universe?
Pizza Port universe is doing good. Thankfully, being a pizza shop, that's our roots. So we were able to kind of pivot and hunker down real quickly and just kind of shift to that to-go only model. So all 5 locations are open. They're open from 12 to 8, taking orders from 12 to 7:15 or 7:30. Can call in, or you can just go to pizzaport.com. It's going to bring you to Chow Now, and you can select pickup or delivery. Mm-hmm. So you can get pizza, you can get 6-packs, you can get growlers. We're out of growlers for the time being, just like everybody else. But
nice. 32 North. Did you see how many cans they had? I was like, good grief! Somebody go. I mean, don't break in and steal those cans. But like, holy cow, they are rolling.
That's a good thing. Good thing to have. I know Steve's background was so cool. By the way, Steve, you are really cool too. By the way, I'm just like in my Oceanside office, aka my living room right now, just chilling. But yeah, I mean, so the pubs have just been rocking and rolling. So thank you to everyone who's been supporting and ordering takeout. They're rolling with a skeleton crew in there. So everybody's working really hard. And, it's just been a really awesome way to stay connected with the community and just be there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're not going into like, no, you're totally at home.
Yeah, I've been working from home for about a month. I've gone in a couple of days. I'm fortunate enough to have my own office. So when I sneak in there, I'm only in there for a little bit. It's usually if I need to like scan something, or, I live that 2-screen life in the office. So I get a little spoiled with forecasting and those kind of things. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we do a lot of business in the off premise. So we've been cruising along. It's really interesting when your forecasting shifts entirely to cans.
Yep.
We typically, our draft beer, we have our own fleet of cooperage that we use in Southern California, and then we work with MicroStar and the rest. So when we are working on our packaging schedule, you're thinking of all these different formats and you're trying to forecast all these things. And now it's just like, how many cans do you think they're going to sell? And you're like, well, I think they're going to sell this many cans.
Yep. I do think that at one point when I was moving, I realized that I had like 8 Pizza Port growlers, and I was just like, one was a vase and one was a doorstop, and then it was just crazy. And I was like, I had more Pizza Port growlers than any other brewery. It was ridiculous.
Thanks.
I know. Well,
we stumble across the clear ones, and I'm like, wow, this is so vintage. And then I'm like, why did we do this?
That predates me. Like, I've been around a while, but like that predates me for sure. So, well, we did have a community question. What is your favorite beer at Pizza Port?
Oh my gosh. It's usually the one in my hand.
That's always a great answer. I'll answer first. I love the Skidmark Brown Ale, personally.
Okay, so when we opened Ocean Beach, I was on the opening staff of OB as a bartender. Mm-hmm. And we were waiting, you know how anyone who's been through the whole process, you basically wait for the ABC to be like, and go. And then you can just start selling beer. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. But obviously your tanks are full before that. So we were all in there training and whatever. And we didn't have any of the taps labeled yet because we weren't open. But the way that we're direct draw through all of our pubs. And the way the coal box is constructed, it's like drilled through the wall. There's this one crease in the coal box, and the handle to the right, it was skid mark.
Yep.
But it wasn't labeled. But I just kept going back and being like, this is delicious. This is so good. I mean, what else do you want in a beer? It's an English mild, and it kind of ruined chronic for me for like the first several years that I worked for Pizza Port. And then one day when we started canning, I was walking through the brewery and I picked a chronic off the line, and I was like, this beer's so good. Like, I never gave it a fair chance because I was just like consistently drinking skid mark.
Right.
So yeah, if you're an English mild drinker, we make a similar one in San Clemente called Nerf Herder, which really just gets to the Star Wars side and the English mild side. So
just like the ultimate nerds in every category. Yeah, a couple of people are chiming in with bacon and eggs, and that's definitely. I feel like that if I had to pick between skid mark and bacon and eggs, I'd go for bacon and eggs first. But skid mark is like desert island beer. Like, I'd have 4 more of those.
Yeah, you could definitely like drink a baker's dozen of skid mark, but if you drink that much bacon and eggs, you're in trouble. I do have a good bacon and egg story too. And the first time we brewed that, Iga Miyashiro was our head brewer at OB still, and it was a Tuesday day bar shift, and I lived around the corner, and I had like gotten up and gone for a run, and I get in for my day bar. It's like 10 a.m. and I'm carrying my iced coffee, and Iga's like, "Are you mad at me?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I can't believe you have the nerve to walk in here with iced coffee when there's bacon and eggs on draft. And I was like, okay, if my boss is telling me I need to drink beer all day, then I didn't drink beer all day, I don't think. But yeah, it was that beer will always also be near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. Well, I like to make craft beer a little less precious just because I'm like kind of a disgusting slob. And so I like to mix beers. Like hype beers together but to date, I think my favorite mix that I ever made was I got a Black House and I got a bacon and eggs, and I just mixed them together, and I made a black and black instead of a black and tan. And it was great. Like, it was great, and I still do that. And I really recommend it for anybody who just wants to like not care and just do it.
You know what, like something about Black House too being like is it like 4.5%, 5%,
5-ish. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's that kind of.
It's chill.
Low to mid ABV. I mean, I definitely, I love bacon and eggs, but sometimes I'm like, that low ABV, that's good. That's a day drinking beer.
So if you had to pick one Pizza Port to go to, like, what's your go-to Pizza Port location?
That's a loaded question. OB will always have near a place in my heart because I was on the opening staff of that location 10 years ago, which is crazy.
Which is insane.
It's insane. And what's more insane, not to like sidebar, is how many people from that staff are still like very vital to the Pizza Port life. It's incredible. And there are so many people that have been around so much longer than that like I'll walk into Carlsbad Village and I'll still feel like the new kid. 10 years later, because there's staff that's been there since day one, 23 years. It's amazing.
Why would you leave? That would be foolish.
So, oh God, each one of them has their charm, right? Because
it's true.
OB is OB. Carlsbad Village is my local, and I think that that's like the epitome of Pizza Port culture. Like, if you are just hanging out there, like if you're inside, you're seeing like 15, 16-year-olds that were out skating in the parking lot, and now they're grabbing a slice and a soda and playing some video games. And then you see, fresh 21-year-olds that had been coming there through that phase. And then you see people coming in there with their kids who had been who had gone in when they were kids. Like that kind of transcending generation thing is so special. And like, it's something so powerful, and I'm so grateful to be a part of. So I love Carlsbad for that. Solana is very much the same, and Solana is just so special because it's so tiny, and it's like the OG. Our West Side LA rep grew up in Solana Beach, and we always tell people that he grew up crawling on the floor at Pizza Port Solana, and then we're like, wait, maybe we shouldn't tell people that.
I love it. That's a cute story.
That's like, if you're going to a concert or if you're going to the fair or whatever you're doing, you're allowed to do all these things again. Like, that's for that. Bressie being beautiful and shiny and the factory that it is, and being able to engage with a community that used to have to drive to the beach. And it's so funny. I'm like, 6 miles to the beach, but really it's like, you're talking about the whole community of like Inland Carlsbad, Inland Oceanside, Vista, San Marcos. Like, that's been really cool to be so close to the park and have people coming over from that. And my office is there. but San Clemente, I just feel like I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty much, yeah.
25 minutes from here. It's kind of like North County more than it is
Mhm.
South Orange County. They would kill me if they heard me say that. So I hope nobody from Orange County is listening. But when I go there, I'm like, we used to trade bar shifts. So we would go from location to location.
Oh, that's
to
fun.
kind of cross train, and same with brew days and those kind of things. And I remember the first day I worked at San Clemente, I was like, this is awesome. Like San Clemente Village is really cool. So
That's very cool.
yeah, Paul, it does. You can see the ocean. I mean, it's pretty sweet. So I get really
awesome.
excited about that.
Well, yeah. I would love to stay and shoot the shit with you all day long, but we've got our next guest lined up. So thank you so much for tuning in, Pizza Port, Jill.
Thank you for having us. We love you guys.
We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yay.
All right.
Hang in there, everybody.
All right. Thanks for rocking with us. We did run a little bit over, but we're gonna get Steve-O from Three Punks on ASAP. Here we go. I'm gotta make sure to add the right Three Punks because I tagged the wrong one earlier today. Sorry. What up?
What's going on, guys?
So I did make a mistake. You guys have the masks. You guys made Three Punk face masks.
Yeah, we made them.
Okay.
Our merch guy is really accessible, so we were actually right now I'm in the streets. I'm in San Isidro making deliveries. So
There you go.
I don't know how good my service is going to be because I'm legit like right by the border.
You're actually like coming in very crisply.
Well, nice. Our merch guy Ben, he's on top of his game, so he made about 150, and we ran through these masks really quickly. Yeah, like we ran through these things quickly because everybody in the community. First off, everybody in the community is super supportive of what like we're able to currently do. You know, like we're open daily, 12 to 5. We're all in the same boat. We're all going through the same struggles and trying to make it happen.
Right.
So, hats off to the South Bay because they've been really getting our back. We made masks. We're moving them as fast and making them as fast as we can. It's a 2-man job right now. It's basically my partner Kevin and myself, and we're working the tasting room, and I'm out doing all the deliveries and helping in the tasting room. And we have one of our staff members who is available to work. Glasses. He works our weekend, so keeping it nice and tight here in the South Bay for you guys.
Hey man, keeping it rolling. I mean, I know that there was a lot of talk about South Bay uprising, and it seems like things were really kind of starting to roll. And obviously now it's like come to a little bit of a stop. But how have you seen your like hyper local, the South Bay community, kind of rally around the beer scene during all this?
Ridiculous. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, when it comes to things, pandemic and health and the well-being of people and their livelihoods, beer, whether we choose to admit it or not, ranks super low on the priority list. But people have really rallied, and they above and beyond anything else really want to see the local businesses, because everybody down here, everybody owns a business, like whether it's Barcelona or Manhattan or us here at Three Punk and at the Alwood and Machete and Chulvesa Brewing. It's like we're all locally based. We're all here in the South Bay, and most of the people in the community already know that. So it's kind of like they want to help us out. You know, it's like, and we're appreciative, so we do what we can. And currently, I mean, we're doing deliveries from all the way up far as north as San Marcos, out to Lakeside in East County, and obviously here down in San Isidro, right on the border. So we're staying busy.
Yeah. Well, and it's tight that you're going all the way down south, because I know that a couple people were chattering online about saying like, oh, the city of San Diego goes all the way to the border. I mean, why aren't people making, you know, obviously there's some places where they're only going to have a 10-mile delivery radius or something like that. But like, if you guys are,
if you look over my shoulder, that's Mexico.
Oh, what's up, Mexico?
So that's Mexico. That's Tijuana. I mean, we're right on we're literally right here on the border. I had a delivery right here off of San Isidro Boulevard. I mean, for us, it's literally a 5-minute drive. So it takes longer for me to get to North Park than it does to get to the border. So
dude, I am so pissed. I got my global entry like through on February, and I'm like, this is such a waste of time. Like, I'm trying to go to Mexico. What the hell? Oh well.
Bad timing, but it'll be there when you're ready.
I'm ready now, but I guess I'll chill, and I'll just have to come down to South Bay. Actually, I was gonna commend you, because I went and got a couple crowlers like a week or two ago, and I've picked up crowlers a couple places, and you know, some people are a little bit lax on the wearing gloves or the masks or the what have you, and everybody at Three Punks was like doing their thing. They had their masks on, and like there was everybody waiting was spaced out. So I
Yeah.
thought you guys are doing like a pretty great job.
We're a small community on the west side of Chula Vista. I mean, we interact with everybody. So I know on Third Avenue, we take it seriously. When people say, hey, social distancing, make sure you wear your masks, your gloves. We take it pretty serious. I mean, we know everybody who comes into our neighborhood. So we want to make sure. I mean, we're smack dab in the middle of two retirement homes, retirement communities.
Yeah.
So, and for most of these, most of our friends and family that come down into the brewery, they know somebody in that retirement home and assisted living. So their big outing of the day, of the week, or whatever is coming to Third Avenue, going to Chula Vista Brewery, going to Three Punk, going to Bar Sin Nombre, or whatever. And we want to make sure we see them again. So we are not going to be those guys that just don't adhere to whatever policy is put in place. We understand the importance of playing by the rules. So you won't hear us doing anything astray from the guidelines currently.
I dig that. I love to hear it. So, is there a beer that you are especially enjoying from the brewery right now, or?
You know what? Everything light, anything lagers. We our Flama Roja, our Mexican amber lager, that's going to be a beer that's moving. It's moving quickly right now. So we're actually going to start 4-packing that. We're going to start doing canning for 4-packs to go. So probably in the next couple of weeks, that beer is the one that's moving the most. Flama Blanca, obviously, everybody always likes that. Currently, that's the orders that we're taking. We're taking low ABV beers, lagers, and some session IPAs. That's a wrap.
You guys had a smoked Hellas a while back.
Eternal Gates of Hellas, for sure.
Just, if my opinion means anything, just throw that in the tanks, because I really liked it. I'll come buy a buttload of it.
It's coming. It's coming. This is the time of year for it. Yeah, we want all the light, crispy lagers that you guys can handle. We just want to make sure that we have a plethora of them on hand. We always forget that we're a small brewery. I was listening to Steve earlier. Oh, we usually brew 4 or 5 times a week. We're like, holy crap. We're looking to get in once, twice every week, or if possible, So fortunately, the demand is there for us. Unfortunately, the space is not. I mean, our I don't know if you've ever been downstairs to the actual the brewery part of the tasting room.
No.
Our footprint is really small. I mean, we have 5 20-barrel fermenters, and they're pumping. They're there. Unfortunately, I mean, people really like lagers, and it takes a little bit longer for a lager to get out of there. So sometimes we're just like, we're playing the waiting game. We got to get smart and strategic with the way we brew. Fortunately, Kevin, we're ready. I mean, this gives us a time to sit down and analyze everything we need to do moving forward, and just kind of do a Control-Alt-Delete on anything as it relates to operation.
Okay. So do you guys have special hours, or where can people find information about you online?
We're going to be open daily, 12 to 5. Every day, 12 to 5. Deliveries going out every day. Best way to our website is getting revamped for the uptick in deliveries. So currently, any deliveries that you want through social media, shoot us a DM. I mean, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. And just shoot us a DM of what you want. I'll send you guys pretty much a protocol on what we're delivering, what our rules are, when we check ID, how we accept payment over the phone, and that's how we're doing it right now. And we're super appreciative of everybody who's helping us out right now.
Oh yeah,
it's a crazy time, but it feels good,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I hear you. I mean, you got to find a silver lining wherever you can, and I think enjoying the community. We were already tight knit, but this is even more so. And I think we're going to come out of this stronger than ever. And I can't wait to see what South Bay specifically has, in store, because you guys were you were simmering along, and now I think it's really going to catch fire, and I think that'll be a great thing for the beer community at large. Personally, I
mean, the South Bay for us, it's home. Whether it's myself or Matt at the Manhattan, or the Eddie and Joanne and Machete and Bar Sin Nombre, I always rattle those names off, like Third Avenue Ale House and Chula Vista Brewery. But those are all our homies. Those are all the people we commingle with, and we want to make sure we take care of each other. And all this hit, and all of this kind of went sideways. Border Patrol checking me out. When all of this went sideways, there just wanted to make sure that we all knew what the protocol was. We don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to, put people at risk. So we look out for each other down here. And I'm pretty sure every community does. I'm pretty sure the North Park people all look after each other. But right now, it's a perfect opportunity to kind of associate with, support those who support you, and that's what we're doing. We keep our friends super close.
Nice. Awesome. Well, we're going to tune out, or we're going to, head on to the next person, but thanks for checking in.
Oh, for
We'll
sure.
definitely,
Thanks for having me.
we'll see you IRL soon, and good luck with all your deliveries and everything.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you guys soon.
All right. Have a good one. All right. 3 Funk Ales in Chula Vista. And we've got one more person. We've got Chris from Original 40. I am refusing to call him Giggles because I think that's an absurd nickname, but maybe he'll tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel weird. It's Chris from Original 40 is coming. He's joining us over there in North Park. And I have a few questions for him. I've got a few questions for you, dude.
That is a ridiculous nickname, but it's just my nickname, so.
That's yours. Speaking of ridiculous, that beard is looking solid, my man. Like, that's a quarantine beard right there.
Yeah, I needed a haircut right when this thing started, too, so it's like...
You're shit out of luck, my man.
It's pretty good.
Looks like you need a little manicure update, too, there.
Oh, these?
Oh, yeah.
My daughter painted them a couple weeks ago, and she hasn't had time to touch them up since then.
You're overdue for that spa day. You just get it all out there.
Yeah, it's my first. I've never done that before. I kind of like it.
Yeah. Hey, man, I paint my son's nails like every week, so
She likes it because they're big and you can go fast.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can see that. His are tiny and it's very sloppy, but whatever. What are you drinking?
This is a crispy boy. It's usually
of course
what I'm
it
drinking.
is.
Yeah.
Why would I even ask? Because I need
But
the answer.
at least it's called Crispy Boy and not just one of all the Crispy Boys. It's Crispy Boy.
It's just Crispy Boy.
It is.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I found myself straying from the crispiest of boys. I've been getting my Belgian on lately, but maybe I'll find my way back.
I have been drinking less beer, but I'm just starting to get back at it. I don't know what happened. I just started getting so fat so fast.
I mean, we believe in you. You can do it.
Yeah.
Drink more beer. All right, so what's going on at Original 40? Tell us what the deal is. You guys brewing? You guys delivering? You doing to go?
We're doing to go. You can come in and order to go. You can call in and do to go, or you can go to, there's a toast link in our Instagram bio that you can order online and then pick up. Mm-hmm. We haven't done any delivery stuff yet. We're considering maybe doing Grubhub because they can deliver beer and some food. Mm-hmm. But we've been doing specials. Like we have Mondays $7 IPA growlers, $1.50 fish tacos on Tuesday, 50-cent wings today on Wing Wednesday, half off burgers on Thursday, and $2 fries on Friday. And then
for growlers, are you taking? Does it have to be a new growler, or would you guys clean?
No, we'll take a growler. We just have to wash it, and it takes a little while. We gotta wash it in the sink and let it sit for a certain amount of time with the sanitizer in it to go through the new rules. But yeah, we'll take those. We have all the growlers are $10, and then other than that, we've been just kind of cruising along. I'm gonna brew. I have a bunch of empty wine barrels. I have 8 empty wine barrels and 8 empty spirit barrels. Mm-hmm. So we got beer ready to go into those, and we're lucky, actually. I don't know if it's luck, but everybody that entered a hoppy category for World Beer Cup had fresh IPA right when this all started. So we've actually, it's only a month old now, and we still have Mosaic, Maize, this is not a Whale Pale Ale, and then our Nice Clear IPA that are still good and hoppy and fresh. So we've been moving through those, and then I've got a tank for my stuff for the barrels, and then I have one that I'm keeping empty just so that we can react fast, because I don't know how much warning we're going to get that we're going to be able to have people around or people are going to be going out. I know they're opening parks and stuff like that, so we're just trying to be flexible and roll with it.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of what everybody's doing. We're doing 2 meals a week, twice a week for all our employees, so they can come in and snag some food and just kind of eke away with it like everybody else, I suppose.
How many lagers are you brewing right now, and can it be more?
We have like 4. Maybe we could have 5. That's a lot. I'm
just saying, you guys are right next to where, I used to go to Chuck Alec, maybe daily a little bit, and they had a Grodzitsky. And I'm just trying to convince somebody to do Grodzitsky because I need it in my life right now.
We could do a small batch. We have a 1-barrel. We have a 2-barrel fermenter and a 1-barrel little pilot that maybe we can collaborate on one.
I was supposed to collaborate with Homebrewer, but then the world fell apart. So no Grzycki for me.
Yeah, everything on hold. That's what, and then we'll follow that up with maybe a Schwarzbier or something else that people aren't sure exactly how to pronounce.
Talk dirty to me! More Schwarzbiers!
It's stuff. I wish we could make a lot of those, but they don't traditionally move very quickly.
That's fair.
So, as much as I like them.
My advice is bad. I'm like, brew, an English mild. Brew a Saison. Brew a Schwarzbier.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if my imaginary brewery would be, it would make no money.
All my friends are like, why don't you make some smoke beers? I'm like, so more than one. Yeah, let's do
You
that.
freak bit.
I like them a little bit at a time.
That's fair. I did get the Shrinkla or whatever, the smoked lager recently from Bottlecraft when I still could, and that was extremely delicious. But I haven't.
Should be a treat.
They should be a treat, just a treat, just a little. So, quick question: you, I believe, are a native of San Diego, right?
I am.
From Alpine.
Yeah, like Alpine, Harpson Canyon, right over there.
Okay, so as a native of Alpine, I am, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, Nelson or Duet?
Nelson.
Wrong answer, my man. It's Duet. It's Duet. The right answer is Duet.
I mean, I like both of them, but Nelson was the first one for me. Nelson was the first beer that I ever brewed on a commercial. Like, I just went up and hung out and brewed it with Sean. So that one's always got a place for me. And it was the first, what is that IPA that I had? Then I was just kind of stuck. I mean, but we had Duet at my wedding. So it's I like
I also had Duet at my wedding.
Yeah. Isn't it a perfect wedding beer?
It is.
Two things coming together in a harmonious union.
Well, I like to think that in that union, I would be the Amarillo hops and not Simcoe.
You're not as catty.
But I think in real life, I'm a little bit more cat pissy, so I probably would be Simcoe.
Yeah, and I'm maybe more. I like Nelson because I'm a little more diesel-y. Maybe that's what it is. Smell like a mechanic or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. Well, so where can we find everything Original 40 on the social medias?
So on Instagram, Original 40 Beer, Facebook, Original 40 Brewing, our website, original40brewing.com. And right now, we got to-go stuff here. We have a couple other places. O'Brien's, Louisiana Purchase, West Coast Tap House have been selling our beer to go from their taps too. But if you stick to Instagram, we keep it updated there. We put our specials on the story so they can change throughout the week. And we're pretty much just here at home base. Hopefully after this, we'll be all over the place. But for now,
okay. Right there in North Park. I guess I'll come back to North Park. I moved away because I hate you, but I guess I'll come back to get a crowler.
When you work here, you know the 3 parking spots that you can find for work, and then you go in your parking. But we have a parking lot right behind us too for the Bank of America that's actually pretty cheap. So we have a sneaky parking lot that you can just duck into if you give up on the streets.
Fair enough. Well, if you brew either Grzycki or Schwarzbier, I guess I'll come by and buy 700 of them. So keep that in mind.
All right. We'll make you a batch.
Hooray! All right. Well, we'll check in with you later. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good rest of your Wednesday.
Cheersies.
Cheers. All right, we're gonna wrap things up for this week. What a great episode! Who knew that drinking with a child on your porch could be so refreshing and wonderful? So, just to remind everybody, go to sdbeer.com, the San Diego Brewers Guild website, for all of the resources and news about what's going on in the San Diego beer community, who's doing what, and if you want to look as cool as me. Be sure to check out the merch. All of these sales do go to support the local San Diego beer community. So sdbeer.com, be sure to check it out. And tune in next week. We do this every week, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, I am Beth Demon. You can find me at The Delighted Bite on Instagram, and on Twitter, I am just Delighted Bite. And I don't know, lagers forever, Schwarzbier, Saison, and English milds forever. I love everybody, and have a very happy Wednesday. Enjoy all of your Berliner Weisses. See you next week. Bye, everybody.